Hi, I'm sitting at my desk, and this is at home. And this morning I received an email from somebody who follows my blog posts, podcasts, and video blogs. And he asked me a very interesting question. He said, Avis, why do we suffer? Now, that is something that had always been a question that foxed me about 10 years ago. I suffered a lot. I suffered a lot because of my inability to solve our financial problems. I suffered a lot because I was called a cheat by my family. I suffered a lot because of my grief and my guilt over not being able to provide for Vani and for the two children. So I suffered a lot. So I know what suffering is. And for the longest time, I thought that suffering was a part of our life. And until I came to a point where, through my daily practice of Mauna, which is observing silence periods, I realized and I understood that in life, pain is inevitable, which is you can have a headache, that's pain. But the headache causes you suffering only when you ask, why is there the headache in the first place? So when you ask why or why me, that's when you suffer. So in a way, what the Buddha said made a lot of sense to me. The Buddha said pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. He said that suffering is a man-made human invention, which is true. We cause our own suffering by wanting our life to be different from what it is. But the truth is, your life and my life cannot be different from what it is. It is what it is. And once you accept that reality, then there is no suffering. This doesn't mean that you and I will not face problems or that we will not go through pain. Of course we will. There will be challenges in life. And as Harivansh Rai Bachchan, Amitabh Bachchan's father, famously said, Jeevan ka matlab hai sangharsh, which means that life means challenges. So life will be full of challenges, and some of those challenges will cause us intense pain. But we can completely avoid any suffering by refusing to ask this question, which is why or why me? Just accept your reality. Go to work on it. If you don't like it, go to work on it. Try to change it. But don't put a deadline. Life works in its own time, at its own pace. So don't set a deadline. The moment you set a deadline, then that means that if things don't work out in that time, you will suffer again. You will become depressed. So don't set a deadline. Just keep working on your reality, wanting to change it, working on your reality towards bringing about certain changes in the way you live, the way you think, the way you work, the way you adapt. Keep working at yourself and your reality. Don't expect things to change overnight. And that patience, having that patience and keeping that faith about life is what can help us completely avoid suffering. So why do we suffer? We suffer only because we want our realities to be different. We want things to change within a certain time frame, and because we keep asking why or why me. Drop all these conditions and you will never suffer with life.